The Irvin Griffin case. What we know, what wasn't reported, and what all changed today. Let's get into it. What up, world? Lamar King Sr., investigative analyst here at New Media. And tonight, we're bringing you a case that has largely been quiet since the initial arrest back in early November 2025. We'll bring you public record, court documents, agency actions, straight facts, no speculations, no allegations. In November 2025, a Milledgeville daycare known as Griffin Group Day Home Care made local headlines as 78-year-old owner Irvin Eugene Griffin was arrested. That arrest followed by an investigation conducted by the GBI, requested by local law enforcement. At the time, the public was told very little beyond the fact that an arrest had occurred and the investigation was ongoing. Within days of that arrest, the Georgia Department of Early Care and Learning, commonly known as DECAL, issued an emergency closure order shutting down the daycare. DECAL inspectors later cited multiple violations, including failures to relate to reporting requirements, background checks, and supervising standards. By early December 2025, DECAL formally revoked the daycare's license to operate. And since then, no updates, no follow-ups, no public explanations of where the criminal case stood. And here's the important part. After the arrest, after the closure, after the license revocation, there has been no reporting on whether charges moved forward, whether a grand jury acted, or whether the case stalled. Until today. New Media has obtained the grand jury indictment filed today in Baldwin County Superior Court. The indictment was returned during the January 2026 term and formally charges Irvin Eugene Griffin with 2 felony counts of child molestation under Georgia law. Here's the actual charges behind me. You guys can pause and read along. I'm going to go ahead. According to the indictment, count 1 alleges conduct occurring in June of 2021 involving a child of 5 years old. Count 2 alleges conduct occurring between October 2024 and October 2025 involving a second child under the age of 16. Both counts allege exposure with the intent to arouse or satisfy sexual desires as defined under Georgia statute. These charges were presented to and returned by a Baldwin County grand jury. Now let's be clear, an indictment is not a conviction, but it is significant. It means a grand jury found probable cause to move this case forward, months after the arrest and after public reporting had stopped. And until now, the public had no visibility into that process. Now see, this is where New Media comes in. We're not here to inflame, we're not here to enrage, we're not here to speculate. We're here to document what exists in the public record, especially when silence follows serious allegations involving children's licensed facilities and state oversight. This indictment was filed today, and New Media is the first outlet to put it in front of the public. And as you can see behind me, this is the docket for the charges against Irvin Griffin. At the very top, you can see 2 counts of child molestation, and these are all the motions he's filed thus far. And I have another page that shows the one from this year. But these are all the ones initially. He filed some initially 13. Even the bond denial. New Media was the first to cover that. You can't find anything about this case, and I'm just finding it strange that something that involving a 5-year-old child, and now we know a 16-year-old child, 2 minors, in Baldwin County, Georgia, and we have had yet to hear anything outside the initial arrest. And New Media is here on the day of indictment, January 13th, bringing you the actual documents. Yeah, and this is the one, the newer one. You can see down at the very bottom, you see the indictment today, true bill of indictment today. So, we're going to stay on this thing. We're going to continue to follow this case as it moves through the court system. We'll continue to rely on documents, timelines, and verifiable facts. And as always, we encourage our viewers to read the records for themselves. This is New Media, facts over noise, documents over narratives. Y'all make sure y'all share, like, subscribe, push this story out, because obviously the local news outlets right there in Milledgeville, right there in Central Georgia, are failing to do so. But New Media, we got your back. Be great today. Peace.